Welcome to Charles Travels, where we explore the heart of America and celebrate the extraordinary aspects of ordinary life. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm delighted to share with you a story that warms my heart and reminds us all of the power of kindness and generosity. As we travel through the rolling hills and vibrant cities of our great nation, we often come across individuals who inspire us with their selflessness and compassion. Today, I want to tell you about Taylor Swift, a talented musician who has been making headlines not just for her chart-topping hits, but also for her remarkable philanthropy. Recently, Taylor Swift donated a generous gift to Brad Paisley's nonprofit organization, The Store, which aims to combat food insecurity in Middle Tennessee with empathy, dignity, and respect. This wonderful organization, launched in 2020, provides groceries with dignity and choice to families across the region, and Taylor's contribution will help them continue their vital work, especially as they prepare to open their second location. As I pondered this story, I couldn't help but think of the countless individuals and families who have been touched by Taylor's kindness, from her $1 million donation to Feeding America to her support for Music Cares, Nashville's Monroe Carell Jr., Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, and Operation Breakthrough in Kansas City. It's clear that Taylor is committed to using her platform to make a positive impact on the world. As we travel through the ups and downs of life, it's stories like these that remind us of the importance of giving back and looking out for one another. And so, as we begin our journey today on Charles Travels, I invite you to join me in celebrating the beauty of everyday life, the dignity of ordinary work, and the wisdom found in small towns and big cities alike. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we continue our journey through the world of human connection and understanding, I'd like to share with you a thought-provoking piece about the importance of curiosity in the workplace. In today's fast-paced and often uncertain business environment, it's easy for employees to feel disengaged and unheard. But what if I told you that there's a simple yet powerful cure for this phenomenon? It's called curiosity. As the CEO of SurveyMonkey so aptly puts it, when you ask better questions, you reveal truer truths. It's a profound statement that resonates deeply with me. By asking the right questions and truly listening to the answers, we can get to the heart of what our employees really need. It's not about asking generic or double-barreled questions that blur the lines between feelings and solutions. Instead, it's about being specific, sincere, and receptive to harsh truths. I recall a conversation I had with a manager who was struggling to connect with his team. He would often ask them about their satisfaction with his communication style, but the answers were always vague and unhelpful. It wasn't until he started asking separate questions about how they felt about his communication and what they thought would make it better that he began to get meaningful feedback. By dividing feelings and solutions into two distinct categories, he was able to understand his team's needs more clearly and make targeted changes. Another key takeaway from this piece is the importance of anonymity in feedback. While it can be helpful to allow employees to share their thoughts anonymously, it's equally important to be transparent about whether feedback is anonymous or not. This helps build trust and encourages employees to share their honest opinions. As I reflect on my own experiences, I realize that curiosity is not just a trait, but a practice that needs to be cultivated. It's about making everyday listening second nature, whether it's through simple questions at the end of team meetings or short, focused pulse surveys. By normalizing curiosity in small, consistent ways, we can create an environment where employees feel heard and valued. The story of the chief people officer who reevaluated benefits for vendor partners after a single comment in a benefits survey is a powerful reminder that even the tiniest morsel of feedback can spark outsized change. It's a testament to the importance of taking every comment seriously and being open to new ideas and perspectives. As we navigate the complexities of the modern workplace, it's clear that curiosity is not just a nice-to-have, but a must-have. By starting small, staying consistently curious, and asking better questions, we can turn disengagement into engagement and create a more unified and productive culture. So, what question will you ask today? Welcome back to Charles Travels, folks. As we wrap up another episode of Exploring the Human Experience, I want to take you on a journey into the world of meetings. Yes, you heard that right, meetings. Those gatherings that can sometimes feel like a necessary evil in our professional lives. But have you ever stopped to think about why canceling a meeting can bring such a sense of relief? I recently came across a fascinating conversation with Dr. Charles Malveaux, who shed some light on the psychology behind this phenomenon. According to her, when a meeting gets canceled, it's not just the extra free time that brings us joy, but also the removal of a perceived threat. You see, our brains are wired to anticipate threats, and even harmless meetings can trigger an elevated sense of threat tied to anxieties around being on time or presenting ourselves in a certain way. As Dr. Malveaux notes, this sense of relief is closely linked to our biological response to fear. When we perceive a threat, our amygdala kicks in, releasing cortisol and putting us on high alert, and even after the threat is passed, that cortisol can linger, leaving us feeling drained. So, when a meeting gets canceled, it's like a weight has been lifted off our shoulders, we can breathe again. But here's the interesting part, this sense of relief can also be an invitation for introspection. By paying attention to which meetings make us feel stressed or anxious, we can gain valuable insights into our own emotional landscape. Maybe certain meetings push us to perform in ways that don't feel authentic, or perhaps there's a colleague who triggers us. By acknowledging these feelings, we can approach those meetings with a better attitude, or even have open conversations with our employers about creating a healthier work environment. Now, I know what you're thinking. Meetings are just a fact of life, and we can't avoid them altogether. But Dr. Malveaux suggests that it's time for us to reframe the way we think about meetings. Instead of using them as a means of control, we should focus on what's truly necessary for optimal function and performance. And if that means canceling unnecessary meetings or replacing them with emails, then so be it. As we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a final thought. Energy management is key to dealing with the stress that comes with meetings. By prioritizing activities that refill our energy tanks and making time for self-care, we can mitigate the negative effects of those dreaded meetings. So, the next time you find yourself relieved when a meeting gets canceled, take a moment to reflect on what's really going on. Is it just the extra free time, or is there something deeper at play? That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep on traveling.